Okay, everyone, this is it. Byul is out. Gumiho is in the round of 8. Now either Stats or Trap will join him there. Man. And look at that. Once again, it's going to be Trap 2-0.
Oh
this pattern stays.
You're so smart, Artosis. How did you notice that?
There's just no way. Stats is not even going to take a map. If I was Stats right now, I'd ask for a redraw.
Yeah, you got to swap sides.
Yeah.
You and your eidetic memory, Artosis. You can just find the patterns in the little things.
Oh, my God. I'm just so great.
You're such a good StarCraft caster. Yeah. I'm just sitting here casting with that guy who's got his name in the game.
Look, 2 hot 6 bottles, 0 bottles of any other crappy energy drink. 2-0. It just keeps appearing. It's everywhere. 20, that's how old some pro gamers are.
Okay, Artosis.
My vision, 2020, just like my hindsight.
Whoa. 2020, which is also 2020.
Exactly.
Oh my God, I think I'm starting to see it, Artosis.
Are we in the year 2017 or 3 years from 2020?
3 is the addition of 6 2 zeros divided by 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But only if you add them together first.
You can be my sidekick for my fortune-telling shack I'm going to open up after this. Okay. Can Trap 2-0 Stats once again? He might be able to. Stats, to be honest, did not look very good PvP against Trap. And he did not look good previously against Classic either. Well, I mean, Classic's like on fire PvP, but like, I don't know, man. I think Trap can do it.
I certainly think he can. He's done it once before. Can Stats stop the inevitable, or will Trap make a surprise exit to the round of 8?
Heaven shall burn. In a cloud of fire we stand. Fight. We start war. Are you ready to fight? Yeah!
Just can't stop rocking out to that intro. So good. In the blue, he is
Splice. Stats.
One last shot to make it out of the group. Hope he's learned something from his previous game, because he's playing against this player. Just finished 2-0ing him. He is
Jin Air Green Wings. Trap.
all right, coming in, looking for a gas steal. Oh, is he gonna get it? Yes, he does. Oh my God. I haven't seen that in so many games, Artosis.
Yeah.
You gotta send like one of your first probes in order to get there in time for that.
Yes, you do. Yeah. You'd be like one of your very first probes. You're quite right about that. It can be a risk, but if you get one, it really kind of hobbles your opponent on what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, on the other side, it did delay a gas for Stats, so it's just going to be 1 gas versus 1 gas, but it also does give you a little bit of vision inside the base.
Look at where Trap had sent a probe, by the way. This is a very important thing to note, because if he had that down there, that means that he originally had a build planned and he sacrificed some of his economy for it, and this offensive gas has really screwed that up for him.
If this were Brood War, that's just so he can get vision of the mineral patches for a drone drill, or a probe drill, but such is not the case here. Yeah, so really important to note that how much that changes whatever Trap had in mind.
Yeah, like my guess, if he had sent that probe down there, because this is just a Stargate map, if you send something down there, a lot of times it's like a DT drop or something like that. If you do like a full wall on your main base and do a DT drop, that catches people, because full wall just screams Phoenix, because it's like so easy to defend everything. Oh my God. Did he just pile and block the expand?
Yeah, Stats is just doing the utmost.
God, he's just building things everywhere.
I mean, this is what Protoss do. I often kind of wonder why we don't see more players that just, as Protoss, kind of do that has strat where you just build your stuff everywhere on the map in your opponent's base.
Oh my God, a core? Like, everything is going wrong right now for poor Trap.
Trap just can't do anything. He still hasn't killed off that gas in his main. Oh my God.
Yeah, and a Stargate coming up for Stats. Like, the thing is, Trap has to look at this and be like, okay, there's going to be Oracles. He's going to have Stargate. I can't go Stargate. But that just gives so much control to Stats. Like, Stargate is the most powerful tech, generally speaking, especially on a map like Proxima.
Yeah, air stuff beats ground stuff in general, especially when the ground stuff doesn't shoot up. So here we go. It's going to be a pylon overcharge at the ramp. It's going to take out at least one. There are a couple more warped in behind this, and there's going to be an overcharge of his own. Targeting down that mothership core. It's going to take it out. Wow.
Okay.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, Artosis, but that's it's not supposed to happen.
I mean,
What
Trap is like, he's in such a hard spot that I understand that he's trying moves like this, and I don't fault him for it. But like, just letting your mothership core die like that when you've had so little gas so far this game, how do you even defend against incoming oracles?
No, I mean, you have no overcharge. He's going to have to try to remake that. But I mean, if you're spending your gas remaking the mothership core, you're not going to have as many stalkers. He has 2 stalkers out right now.
Yeah, like 2 stalkers. You need 3 stalkers to efficiently kill an oracle.
Yeah.
You can just sit your oracle there and target probes and kill like 1,000,000 of them at this point.
And what is this proxy? I guess it's going to be DTs?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Thing is, this is all kind of obvious for stats. Like, if he just plays normally from here on out, he should be feeling like pretty good. He knows how late the expansion is for Trap compared to him.
Does need to control this oracle a little bit better. Barely saves it.
It came in kind of the wrong angle, so the Stalker's got some extra shots off there, but still 3 probes, and he gets full scouting of most everything going on.
The natural is A, extremely delayed, and B, it's just not doing anything. It's going to be able to make more Wow. Ooh. Good recall.
Yeah, that DT Shrine is on the way. We'll see if he gets an Observer out right off the bat. No, it's an Immortal. So that actually gives a little chance here. You know, if you get a DT in and an Observer isn't started yet, you get so many probes that you're probably just going to win the game.
I mean, the DT will be able to walk right through the front door. The full wall off is no more. This is going to be really interesting. I don't know. This is such a weird game. All of my timings that I'm used to, this Protoss should have this by this time. It's just all so thrown off by the early gas steal and Nexus block. So
yeah, Stats has really kind of screwed up all the plans here of Trap. I think he did want to do a DT drop to start, but not even able to do that. He's got these kind of late DTs popping out now. And it's Immortals being made.
Double Immortal.
My God.
So if he was watching his Immortal, he should have seen that pathing, but there's just no detection here.
Yeah.
He has a Revelation, but the Oracle's all the way across the map.
Yeah.
So he's going to lose an insane amount of probes.
This is huge. He has to cancel that Immortal that's halfway done to start an Observer, and that is like really late. 2 DTs in his base. Trap might just take this still despite the ridiculously strong opening from Stats.
I think if you're Stats, you lose to one thing, and that is cloaked units in your base. Yeah. Okay, well, it turns out you can't kill it. Now you can.
Okay, finally gets a...
there's another DT in the natural, so...
Yeah.
That's going to finally get taken out there.
These things were worth their weight in gold.
13 probes being taken out. And granted, Stats is up a base after, securing his 3rd. But this is only the beginning.
Look at the probe count, 42 against 30, and I mean Trap is about to have Blink. This is not a losing spot for Trap right now. Sure, the overall composition is better for Stats, but if he just kind of techs into Disruptors from here, he's going to be fine.
You're going to see Trap throw down his 3rd base here in just a second, and this Oracle really a little bit less effective. I thought that gas steal was going to make it more effective, limiting the number of stalkers, but Trap was actually able to defend pretty well and get a bunch of those probe kills. And Trap definitely building his stuff all over the map as well. Going for even more pressure, going to pour it on.
And going to poke with these stalkers, trying to pick off some sentries.
Ooh.
Okay, that's one nice.
Very cute micro using the blink tech that just finished, and I mean, worker count has sufficiently evened up, and in fact, Stats is going to pull ahead thanks to his extra Nexus, but I don't think Trap wants this game to go on very much longer.
Well, he's making quite a few Adepts, so that's something that can be hard to deal with. If he doesn't do a full wall, these Adepts can shade by. In fact, I mean, against the Overcharges, I don't think you really want to shade on top of everything.
Yeah, I said Trap was going to go for a 3rd. He is not. This is where he wants to fight. Not going to go much past this, continuing to warp in more and more at Stats' front door.
Well, I think from here, I'm actually liking Stats' spot a little bit more. The fact that Trap hasn't taken that 30 we're talking about, I think he needed to. Without it, now Stats has seen the Adepts. He can just wall in and tech up and play a very turtly game, and he does have that tech advantage. As these comps get bigger and bigger, Stats is going to have a stronger one.
Continuing to poke there at the front door. Good blink, micro, and control, but I mean, it just doesn't look like Trap's getting anything done.
No. The Adepts might eventually jump on for like a kill move. As he runs out of overcharges, that can become pretty strong, but you know, if the disruptors get out before that happens, then he should be able to still hold on.
Robotics Bay just now finishing, and with it, more of those disruptors should be on the way. Well, not more of them, just any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's actually supply blocked by losing all those pylons at his front. So
oh, jeez.
Yeah, he can't make disruptors.
Oh, that's actually a kind of big deal right there. Okay, he does get the a disruptor on the way right now. A big aggressive move forward happening. 4 Immortals mixed in here, but no overcharge.
Yeah, and the Immortals are forced to hit the Adepts at the front instead of getting the bonus damage versus the Stalkers at the back. Good blink control. There's actually an Immortal that's stuck on top of the high ground.
Oh my god, he's picking off so many units here, and this is going to be... He can at least kill this third base. He might not be able to break him because there is a disruptor coming out, so if he hits a good shot here, this might be able to hold for him.
Oh, well, here we go, Artos. This is the first disruptor ball coming out. A great connection on top of most of the Adepts coming out from Trap.
Yeah, it looks like it might not be enough, though. All of his units being eliminated, and Stats has a GG. Dude, Stats controlled this whole early game, but as you said, there was only one thing that could happen to him there, and that was a DT walking in, and he didn't account for that. You know what blows my mind about this, Rapid, is how greedy this was from Stats. Think about this. His Oracle is over in the base. How many Stalkers he had? He had 2 and then a third one, and he's chronoing out Immortals and Void Rays.
What are you going to do with those?
Yeah, like, you don't need to go kill him right now, right? All you need to do is just cover all your bases. And, of course, yeah, he didn't see the DT Shrine, but you can't always see everything in StarCraft. So this was a greedy play from Stats, and, I mean, he got punished for it.
He's also really greedy in the first time they played. He went Nexus first on Whirlwind. Against Trap, so I'm like, okay, well, Stats, you got to learn eventually. Stats on the verge of, you know, the BL, where you come in favored and go out 0-4. If Stats loses this, then Trap, coming in as an underdog, will advance to the round of 8.
In this group, that's madness.
It certainly is.
Never guess that he would get out in this day and age in this group. Well, I guess because we haven't seen him that great lately, but he is playing well tonight.
We might just both be wrong with our predictions, Artos. Here we go. What could be our final game of the night is Trap. We can make it out over Stats.
Fight! Wins the war, are you ready to fight?
Here we go. Whirlwind once again the map for the Deja Vu 4.
Splice. Stats.
Who will hopefully not go Nexus first this time.
I want him to.
He's already built a pylon, so...
Yeah, it looks like he's going to make a gate, too. Coward.
Okay. He builds a macro Nexus in his base. He's got to get more probes
Jin Air
out.
Green Wings. Trap.
Is his opponent. Lots of cheers from the crowd for this guy. I think a lot of people maybe did not expect him to make it this far. Certainly myself included there, but he is just really solid on his builds, especially his PVT. Looks way better than Stats.
Yeah, it does. Stats had such a nice opening that game, though, so it kind of is a big heartbreaker to end up losing that one. You know, a DT gets in, you just shake your head. You're like, oh my god, that is the one thing, you know, that could have made Trap even in that game.
Certainly did. So we're gonna have mirrored builds as all PvPs are, want to be. They're gonna be mirrored for at least a little bit. I think one of the big divergences that we see a lot of times is who goes for Stargate and who goes for robotics.
Yeah, it's really quite a big difference. Stargate kind of having an edge a lot of the time recently, but don't forget that Void Rays do have a big nerf on them right now as you make the, prismatic alignment.
Yep.
That's like basically siege mode. They can't really move. Minus 40% speed is madness. It's so slow.
It looks like it's going to be 2 Stalkers versus 2 Adepts. So, interesting.
Trap, the player making the Adepts. And he's just now scouting Stats, so he might have even been prepping for a possible Nexus first build here by going, he opens with the 2 Adepts and the Mothership Core right off the bat, which isn't odd anyways. I'm just saying he has that ready just in case.
Yeah, neither player going for that super, super fast expand. So the game will continue, at least for the time being. We still haven't seen an indication about who's going for which further tech opportunity, but it does appear as if Stats or Trap rather. Just want to put on some pressure, going for 4 Adepts early.
Yeah, 4 Adepts. That is quite a few Adepts, isn't it? So he's going to be trying to get some probe kills, but...
Stalkers do not kill Adepts very quickly. If you get 4 of them in your opponent's mineral line, they're going to lose a lot of probes.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get massacred at that point. See if he gets them actually through. It looks like 2 Adepts have somehow skirted around everything so far.
He's going to go for the shade up the ramp. There's nothing blocking it. These Adepts will get in. The next 2 will at least get intercepted here by these Stalkers. And with an overcharge in the main, looks like Trap will be okay.
Yeah, and he's going to lose both of these Adepts, so that's really nice as well.
Going to try to save the next one. It will not be successful. And yeah, these next 2 Adepts in the middle of the map are forced to turn around.
So no damage as of yet here for Trap, who is making a Robo and has that Nexus on the way. So, you know, it's not the end of the game if you don't do damage with your Adepts, but definitely it gives an edge here to Stats because he has these kind of more long-term units in the Stalkers already poking this Nexus.
Continuing to try to go for it. I don't know, Trap across the map with these Adepts, there's really just nothing at home to stop this Nexus from getting harassed. I mean, he'll be warping in Stalkers of his own to defend, but 2 versus 2, we'll see whose control is better.
Okay, pokes them back, but 4 versus 2, 6 versus 2, that is a different story altogether. If he gets this Nexus, that is a gigantic win. Well,
okay. Nice separation there. The overcharge will help take down one of these Stalkers, but there's still a larger army here for Stats.
Maybe a little bit of a misplay there by Trap. If he could have trapped 2 or 3 Stalkers up there, it is so much more powerful if you're going to use an overcharge. But unfortunately for him, he is going to lose this Nexus.
That's
wow,
huge.
That's painful.
I mean, on the other side of the map, the Adepts are harassing Stats Nexus. I don't think that's going to go quite the same way. And he might lose a couple of probes here, but I mean, even that, losing a Nexus this early?
Yeah, it's super duper painful, and Blink is already on the way here for his opponent, so maybe he can do like a 1 base all in using the Immortal and some Stalkers and stuff? I'm not sure.
I mean, for Immortals, that's going to be what you use to defend, but I don't know if this is really going to get Trap rather back in the game. What's the play here? Do you just try to go kill your opponent because you're too far behind?
I think so. I think you just try to utilize the tech that you have to get something done, but like it's so hard to actually kill someone if they just have like some overcharges and stuff. He's bringing his 1 Immortal up. Blink is not done. No Immortals out for Stats, but with a couple pylons and a Mothership Core that should have enough energy for at least 1 overcharge, that'll buy him time for his own Immortal.
And Trap's going to turn around, stay back on his side of the map, remaking his Nexus. Stats in a great spot for what feels like the first time all day.
Maybe he's going to be able to take a game here against Trap. It'll be a first for him today.
Yeah, I mean, what is up with this today? I mean, the 2 players that I thought was going to get out of the group, we're going to get out of the group. None of them won any of their games. I'm actually just such a sick fraud. Like, yeah, these 2 players are definitely going to go out and they never win games.
Oh. I mean, I'm definitely sad about Bill's results here. We'll see if Stats can bring it back against Trap, who's playing very well. Actually going into a Dark Shrine, that's kind of interesting. Kind of like an older style to get a Dark Shrine this early, but, you know, he's got to do something to try to come back. You know, and Dark Shrine is oftentimes a good choice in that regard, right? 1 behind Dark Shrine.
I mean, he was behind in the first game of this series, and Dark Shrine definitely got him back into it, and it led to his eventual victory. So, phrase never truer.
Can he actually stop this? Oh my God. Okay, so that should tell Stats all he needs to know. If you overcharge against that,
Like, I really have to kill this unit that expires very quickly and deals no damage.
If I am Stats right now, there's only 2 things I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about double Stargate, and I'm thinking about DTs.
Yep.
It's just like...
It's just not letting that last
overcharge
game
to kill a hallucination, man. It's not the trade that you're looking for.
Well, to be fair, Trap's overcharges have been a little bit off this series, too. So
That's a good point. He missed quite a few Reapers with those earlier.
Good observer. Therefore, Trap will at least let him know what's coming his way from Stats, who is just kind of playing defensively, getting that 3rd base up. And I think for Stats, he just kind of knows he killed the second or the natural for Trap, so all he has to do is stay back and play safe. These DTs might be a decent way to at least get some damage done.
Oh, he's moving his units and his Observer now.
Ooh,
he was ready for this, and now he's not. It looks like he might just be hunting this other Observer.
So Warp Prism coming into the main right now. There's a Probe Brother right there to see it. It's going to die in one shot there to the DT. First one getting into this mineral line. Oh, sick pylon block will completely wall that entire basin.
Yeah, he has another DT out, so he might try to hit like the natural now as he knows the Observer is moving back. There is a cannon being warped in here, but where is... Okay, he actually has the Observer in the natural, so... Okay, Stats this time defending well. Does lose 6 probes still, though.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised he was so slow on getting detection back to the main, but like you said, Artosis, he pulled his entire army all the way out of his base and let that Warp Prism just get right in there.
Okay, so Stats still going to be harassed here by Trap. Can Trap just hold on? I think he can, even though Stats is moving across the map. He has Blink. He's got kind of a scary army. But, you know, with if Trap sits at his third base, I'm not as sure that he can hold. But 3 Immortals is pretty beefy.
Well, and even if you, as all good followers of the Church of Tot are taught to do, look at the supply, you can see that Trap is actually ahead in workers right now, despite Stats having the faster third.
He's down a bit in army here, though. That definitely could be an issue. 3 Immortal versus 3 Immortal, and then you got Blink over on Stats' side. Some decent micro so far. Oh, good force fields. Trapping an Immortal there.
Indeed he did. Trap the Immortal. Yeah, so it's all going to be about force fields versus these Immortals. If you can get more surface area with yours just like that. Look at that. All 3 of Stats Immortals not firing.
Yeah, that's really well done. But the Blink really is fantastic. It's doing so much for him. Wow. Those, like 4 force fields, so he gets the Immortal, and it's worth it. But still, not going down easily.
Now, Defender's Advantage does apply to Immortals. They will be able to get to the battle faster for Trap.
Yeah.
But I think Stats is just going to try to pressure this third, use that high ground, and it's going to make it very difficult for Trap to get up there.
You know, even if he kills this, he has nothing at his third, and a DT is actually attacking it, so we'll see if that changes anything here. But
now, Warp Prism is taken out there, but with a big aggressive Blink forward, trying to take out these Immortals. There's only one left here for Trap.
Oh my god, DT's being warped in. The Observer doesn't exist anymore, so these DTs might be able to change this battle.
Oh my god. Trap and his DTs are going to get him back into this game. They're going to push Stats back, and finally, Stats will have the Observers he needs, but now Trap has more Stalkers and is going to kill everything.
Oh, this was a great play. Eventually an Observer came down, but he sniped that one as well, and Trap holds on. Maintains that worker advantage in a mining third base, whereas Stats only has a few probes at his.
Yeah, 25 to 35 probes right now. There's going to be a little bit more economic damage too, but I think Stats might have overextended here with the Stalkers. He's going to lose quite a few of them. Blink for Blink, and there's actually the single flanking
The
Stalker.
flank Stalker. It's a great move.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Very low on the probe counts right now, just starting to even up, but with a couple of Adepts here from Trap, very cheekily warped into the main. Keep the harassment going.
Oh, tries to blink down and kill this Prism. Doesn't quite get it, so the harassment can continue.
Yeah.
Dude, I tell you, Trap is really impressing. He's even when he's getting behind, he's just kind of fighting back. He's using all the tricks of the trade. You can really tell that SOS is his teammate on Generic Green Wings, because if you covered up these nameplates, you very well would think that this has been SOS playing.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He's tried not necessarily unorthodox strategies, but he's won his games in very interesting ways. And look at this, again, a lack of vision, or lack of, I guess, detection. For Stats, he's going to lose 7 more probes.
These probe kills are really counting up right now as well.
Stats like, okay, fine. I got to get Dark Shrine too.
You can only fight DTs with DTs.
Okay, well that's actually just not true.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Stats, that doesn't work. Okay.
If you surround all your buildings with DTs, their DTs can't hit your buildings. Think about that.
Mind blown.
So Trap right now, he's got a good army. He's actually going into Disruptor Tech here. So that's definitely going to be helpful. This game could end up normalizing, as they both have 3 bases. Their army supplies aren't really that far off, and yeah, like Trap has been doing damage here and there, but Stats has held on. He kind of has stabilized it.
Okay, nice vision blockers actually really contributing to that fight. Blink away. Stats does not want to fight this. And man, Artosis, the more I watch PvPs, the more I'm just impressed by how non-standard this series is. If Classic were anywhere in this series, there'd be 12 carriers out right now.
You're very right about that. Okay, Classic would have found a way to get into carriers and would have already won this game, but not the case here. Stats making his own DTs now, sending some towards his third base, but there's already a cannon there.
Oh my god.
Dropping some in the main. Ooh, this is very nice.
And he's going to get quite a few probe kills. Even could have suicided that into the natural, but instead, we'll get 8, maybe 9 here. All the DTs will get taken out, though, so Stats, or Trap rather, does a nice job cleaning that out.
Has cannons in the third and natural, so
Yeah.
that actually saves him a big headache that could have occurred there.
Just a classic example of knowing, how to play the strategy and how to play against it.
Oh, I think a classic example would involve carriers.
Okay. Thank you, Artosis. You're so funny.
Yes.
You have your own voice
Oh,
back.
I know.
We get it.
Yeah, you better believe it. I'm better than you.
Way to rub
I'm
it
just
in,
joking.
Artosis.
You're the greatest.
Oh,
I'm so glad you're here, not
good thing
Tasteless.
Tasteless isn't watching.
He's on an airplane right now.
Yes.
He can't hear us. So, this is a crazy game.
Yeah, it doesn't look like either player is going to have any air units anytime soon. So it's just, so strange. I don't know how to cast these kind of PvPs. Disruptor ball coming forward won't connect, but this is going to be a big facet of Trap's defense.
Some Stats trying to get some sort of damage done there, but a lot of disruptors on the way. Charge coming in as well. I think we do basically have a stabilized game here, Rapid. Okay, so here, let's make some bets. Will we see carriers this game?
I mean, it doesn't look like... so inevitably, if you go, 40, 45 minutes into a game, you're going to have carriers. It just happens
Right,
eventually,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it doesn't look like purposefully either player is going to go for those units.
Okay. I see what
You notice
you're
how
saying.
I just didn't answer your question?
Well, you say purposefully they won't go for it. Will they stumble into carriers somehow?
Oh, where do these carriers come from? Why can't I hold all these carriers? Not even a sign of a Stargate in sight. Whoa! Just barely able to block that Nexus from coming down. Yeah, I guess my answer would be no, Artosis.
No carriers this game. Here's what I think. If no one hits any big disruptor hits, eventually someone's going to be like, God, I need an Oracle. And then they're going to make the Stargate, and they're going to look at it and be like, oh, I could make carriers out of there. And then they're going to go carriers.
I mean, we were talking about the patch changes. Tempest's very strong against carriers, so maybe that's why they're avoiding it, saying, okay, well, if I do go for carriers, Tempests are now super strong against them.
They did get +8 damage, but is that enough?
I mean,
One attack upgrade gives a carrier +8 damage. Just throwing that out there.
if they have all their interceptors.
Yes, that's true. Well, they cost 5 minerals. They better have them all.
All right, oh, big disruptor ball. Is it going to hit? Oh, my God. It's a huge connection there by Stats. He's got charge lots all over Traps, Stalkers. Another big ball coming forward. Absolutely massive connections. He's going to get a third one, too. Traps is on top of everything. But he's going to get his disruptors fully flanked here. Massive Stalkers here for Stats, and he's going to kill everything that Trap has.
This is too crazy. I don't even know what's going on. That flank was madness. Ridiculous disruptor hits all over the place.
Ridiculous indeed, Artosis. And now another big ball coming out, but it's not going to complete. All disruptors taken out for Trap. Blink away, though he may try. It's a big win for Stats.
Oh my God. That was one of the most incredibliest PvP maneuvers that I have seen in quite a while.
It has been a good day for the mostest incredibliest of the game.
Oh my God.
Word.
I know. It's so
We
crazy.
found it, Artosis.
Yeah.
It's right there. Okay. Really complicated engagement right there. A lot of different facets going on. Great disruptor hits for Trap, but inevitably the better flank came in for Stats.
Yeah. Stats now, he has just kind of more army at the moment. He has those extra charge lots, which are really nice, and he has his fourth base up in mining. So that's where a big advantage is at this point. They both have 3 upgrades. More attack upgrades, I believe it is for Stats. But, yeah, I mean, he hasn't won the game. Definitely disruptor hits can screw up any math that you can look at unless carriers are involved.
Oh, yeah. It's a good caveat to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, disruptors absolutely can just tip the scales in your favor. Just going to keep an eye on things. Very low worker counts, at least it feels that way. About 45 to 55 players trying to get the job done. More disruptors here for Trap.
Oh, that's a good hit.
Wow, all right, going to take out a couple. Pops the shields there on that Immortal.
Dude, this is getting crazy right now with all these hits. I wonder, someone has to be making a Stargate by now. Stats should be making one.
I don't think so, Artosis.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, we'll find out here in a second once we get back to the production tab, but nice defense there by Trap. Saves his Nexus.
Trap has a lot of Stalkers at the moment.
He also has a lot of disruptors, more than stats.
I actually kind of want to see him split up his units maybe a little bit here. When you get this many Blink Stalkers, I feel like you're never even going to get them all to shoot at once, you know? You're never going to be close enough that they all can shoot, so I would love to see him actually split some and try to do some harass.
So this is what I feel is like the downfall. A lot of people make a big deal about the difference between the control groups in Brood War and StarCraft 2. I feel like this is where Brood War control groups are better. Because you see how both players just have all their Stalkers in one big control group. If you split those control groups up, they're not just going to be in one big ball where half the Stalkers don't fire.
Yeah, you're definitely right in a way there. Like, this allows you to move everything much more quickly and positionally, I guess. But you don't. Sometimes you see this kind of death ball mentality for sure. And
all right, well, we got a little bit of a base trade coming in here. Much faster by stats, though. He's already taken out that base. A big explosion! Oh
so
my god!
Sick. Okay, he's got to get some good hits here. Oh my god.
He's trying to run Zealots into Disruptors, and he loses so many of them.
Okay, this is a huge base trade going on. Trap kept his Disruptors back, whereas all the Disruptors for stats are in the fight. So I actually am not sure how this one's going to end up going. That is a lot of Stalkers attacking Trap. They're both going to take out all the mining bases. Oh, a beautiful dodge right there by Trap.
He's going to blink forward there. I think it might normalize a little bit, both players losing 2 bases, but at what cost?
Yes, at what cost indeed, and this is what is so difficult to figure out right now. What does Stats have in his natural to hold on against all these Stalkers? Oh, is he not going to kill the Nexus? I guess he sees that the army's coming back, right? So
okay, so this is where you make your big decision. You say, okay, I know how to get myself back in the game. 43 probes killed by Trap, so he knows that even if he doesn't kill that Nexus, there's just no probes to mine from it.
Well, they're both just, their economies are so dead at the
This
moment.
is comical. 12 to 19 workers.
9 Disruptors sitting here on this ramp.
And not a carrier or a Stargate in sight, Artosis.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's no Stargates here. Well, I think there might be a Stargate on the map, but no one's even been able to use it. But this is getting a little bit crazy here. Let's see these Disruptor hits.
Oh, moving forward.
Ooh.
Picking off a Disruptor. Just so many more of them here.
Oh!
What? No, that was your chance. That was your shot.
Oh my god, that was so close. That was so close.
One opportunity, and you dropped it. All right. Okay, well, no players are perfect.
Oh! Prism dies. You don't have a lot of money. Don't be wasting things. Ah! One of those goes wrong, and, like, that's it.
Artosis' personal hell is where he can't put his hands on the mouse and keyboard, and he just has to watch his army die to Disruptors over and over again.
This is like the pure stress thing.
Oh, this is where you blink forward and kill all the Disruptors. They're by themselves.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this is a great opportunity.
Does he
Trap is not going to commit. Oh, no.
Trap losing all of his probes.
Yes, 5, 4, 3. 3 probes left. Trap.
That is not a lot of probes, and he has enough money to make 1 probe.
All right, here we go. Oh, my God. He's going to lose so many Disruptors there from behind. That's where they always come from, Artosis.
Those Disruptor flanks are pretty sick.
Oh my god. Just such clutch control there. He can't blink his Stalkers, but the Disruptor ball won't connect. Oh my god.
So Trap has to go kill.
Yeah.
Like, he has to actually just force this right now. And unfortunately, he lost Disruptors, so he's actually behind his Disruptors. He does lead in those Blink Stalkers by a lot, though. And Blink Stalkers in these numbers will beat Charge Lots if it comes down to that. But he needs to be able to eliminate a bunch of these other units as well.
Oh man, I'm stressing out, Artosis. One of these balls is going to connect, and there it is. Trap grabs a couple.
Okay, but Stats is mining. He's making another Nexus as well.
Oh, this has all been on low ground. High ground Disruptors, very difficult to deal with. Up and forward, taking it out.
Oh my god, only gets 1 right there, so Worth.
Oh, he's going to maybe pick off another one. Continuing just... Oh my god, all right. So superior Disruptor numbers here for Trap. Both players on very low economy. Trap has 1 worker, Artosis.
Yeah, that's pretty low. 10 more workers for his opponent here.
Blink forward, picking off another.
Jeez.
If Trap's control is just good enough, he'll win this game, but I love what Stats is doing. He's making a single Dark Templar, knowing
Is
that...
he?
Yeah, he just finished it.
That's crazy. That's so smart.
Yeah. Oh, my God!
Ah!
Oh, this is too stressful. I didn't sign up for this Artosis.
God. Okay, well, he can hit this with a Disruptor Shot. Oh, he hits 2 of his own stalkers instead.
So this is the only way he has to kill the Dark Templar. Okay,
Okay.
he kills off the Dark Templar, has to sacrifice a few of his own units, but does blink forward and kill off that Disruptor. He's going to snipe these Disruptor balls. He's going to kill every single one of Stats Disruptors.
Oh my God, here we go. More Disruptor Shots coming out right now. Those Immortals being worth so much. He needs to get some hits with these Disruptors or he's going to lose.
Big blink forward there. Still some Disruptors surviving there. More and more of them coming out, but just not good enough connections. GG Stats
Oh my God.
takes the win.
Okay, good job there, Rapid. I realized something during that game. I'm not good at casting Disruptor battles because I just go, ah, the whole time because I feel stress and pain watching it.
This is the Korean cast version of Artosis.
I wish In Control was here to do this with you. Okay, because this is too much for me. I'm going to lay down and you can do this next game.
Artosis just makes that sound that the song makes as soon as we load into game. Yeah! Something like that.
That
All
was
right.
wild, man. Wow.
Oh my not God. An air unit in sight. No, they decided this is the way we're going to play this game. And I mean, I felt like Trap had it there for so long. His control was so good.
Yeah, he was doing a very good job in a lot of ways. And the speed zealots will get bled off over time. Like, they can't really, like, in a big tempo-y game with huge economies, speed lots are huge. But in that situation, those were pretty worthless for Stats for most of it. So the fact that he was still able to pull that out is really cool.
And that is going to do it, and it's going to come back to us because, wow, what a series. I don't know what to say. That was the most intense game I've cast in months.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some, like, meme TVTs in SSL where we were just, like, proxy double... double
like Reaper
tech
or something,
lab.
or?
No, it was double tech lab, concussive shell marauder builds. I was like, okay, well that's pretty intense, but I mean this is just non-stop disruptor action, and it actually reminds me a lot of the Kespa Cup finals, where Neeb and Trap's disruptor play was just the stuff of legends.
Yeah, well, especially Neeb in that case, but Trap has really worked on it and is hitting some sick disruptor shots here, no doubt. Not killing that third Nexus may have been like the really painful thing. I think he might have taken too long to eliminate these bases in a way.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that lost Trap most of his probes was he was trying to long distance mine from his third base.
That's true.
And he was long distance mining because Stats made the decision to kill his Nexus.
Yeah.
So
That DT, by the way.
yeah,
That
so
was
sick.
so smart. He actually lost like 6 Stalkers dealing with that and had to use multiple shots. And like,
Yeah.
if he had 6 more Stalkers there, then maybe he wins. Sick DT play.
Wow. All right. Well, it is tied up at 1-1. Our final game of the night. One of these players will make it on to the GSL round of 8. One of them will be eliminated. Stats, the defending champion, might just go out right now. Trap, the underdog, could take it right here.
Fight!
Stand, fight, heaven shall burn. In a cloud of fire we stand. Fight, wings are war, are you ready to fight? Yeah!
All right. Even saw the Korean casters rocking out a little bit. Here we go, guys. Last game of the night in the blue. Our Protoss player, he is
Splice. Stats.
wow. And what a game for it to all come down to.
Yeah.
On the map, Frost. His opponent in the red, the underdog.
Jin Air Green Wings. Trap.
Definitely looking like an overdog tonight. Not to be confused with an updog.
Or with Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah, well definitely not there. Can you imagine if, we live in the alternate reality where celebrities are famous because they're good at video games, and all of a sudden we've got, like Ryan Reynolds versus Snoop Dogg in the GSL Season 20 Grand Finals?
Well, that would suck because they both are bad, but I do live in that reality, that alternate reality you talk about. I don't really watch like TV or anything. I don't care about whoever is
I can't
famous.
tell you which actors
For me,
or
who's famous is, for me it's like, these guys are famous.
Yeah.
Like, wow, Stats, he's the best Protoss.
Celebrities don't even have IDs, man.
Yeah, well, some of them do, don't they? Like,
Do they?
the artist formerly known as Prince, he has an ID.
Okay. Well,
Or he did have an ID, sorry. Rip.
unlucky. Yeah, I guess a few of them got IDs. I think it's more common with like rappers usually have IDs.
Yeah, that's true, they do.
Eminem, 50 Cent.
DJs.
Yeah, very true.
Who else has IDs? Anyone who wants to drive a car.
Oh yeah.
Different type of ID, but you know, an ID nonetheless.
Indeed, it is.
And according to Freud, we all have IDs, so that's
Okay.
so that's solid. I guess all of us are really, we're all just people. That's all.
Excellent analysis, Artosis. This is why you make the big esports bucks. This is why you have an announcer pack.
Yeah,
In fact,
guys,
if you guys
check out
want to
that
listen,
announcer pack.
yeah, if you want to listen to this exact same conversation, you can actually just go play the announcer pack. They recorded this whole thing. Oh my god. I'm a little bit drained after the last game. So intense.
No, it really was one of those games where it's just like, whoa.
I mean, I just need like one of those warm towels to put over my my eyes. Just lean back and enjoy this.
I just need someone to put a blanket over my bird cage so I can go to sleep.
Oh my god.
I cast from a bird cage, guys. It makes me feel safe.
So this Tasteless, he's in there, but he's like the gray macaw, and he can learn some English words. Like,
It's like the tiger at the zoo paces back and forth while he casts. So he's trapped.
almost Artosis.
Almost.
Okay, there's something happening here, and I'm sure we should probably talk about it.
There's like stalkers on the map.
Yeah,
or
there's like
something.
stalkers stalking, expansions, expanding.
Ooh, that was cool.
Yeah, a couple more stalker shots. Hitting buildings is such a weird, like negative effect if you have equal units, because I mean you want to put the pressure on. It's kind of the same in like when Zerglings are pressuring the hatchery and ZVZ. It's like, okay, well, do I hit the hatchery? Do I hit the enemy Zerglings? Do I hit the pylon? Do I hit the stalkers?
Yeah, between that
Fine
and
lines.
Between that and the line of sight and stuff, that was a cool move by Stats, but I don't think he gets anything done here at all. Like, if you open 4 stalkers with your Nexus, you basically just don't die.
Dun, dun, the stealth probe. Getting in for a nice scout. There for Trap. You'll see the expansion coming up.
He's going to get actually a full scout. That's really nice. Gets to see the Robo.
And it's going to be Robo versus Robo. So once again, Artosis, no Stargates in sight.
Yeah, kind of weird to see that, to be honest. Like, Stargate is so popular right now. But, again, the patch is live, so kind of a nerf to air toss.
Really cool to see. So what Stats just did right there is he sent his 2 Adepts into the main, and in order to defend that, Trap pulled his army back, so he was able to get that pressure on, kill the pylon. But it's cool. Stats is going to lose a lot.
Picks off like a sentry and a stalker there. He's trying to poke in, but I feel like this is kind of a scary time to try that because your opponent basically is doing the same build as you.
Yeah. Although it will diverge here with a robotic support bay coming up for Stats, and I think he recognized that he was playing a very very close game with a lower number of disruptors previously. But in response, Trap is going to go for faster blink.
Do you think he's just going to get Prism speed possibly? Like, there is some chance to that. You don't see Prism speed like super often in PvP.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. This would be an okay time. Like, if your opponent goes Twilight after Robo, or that plus they don't have Stargate, then speed Prisms are pretty strong because you can't really catch them. Like, you need Blink or Stargate units to catch them. So, just some speed. It's not that expensive. Like, if you're going Disruptors anyway, just have speed for your Prism.
It also finishes faster than Blink does, so you can get that before your opponent will be able to blink in and try to kill your War Prism.
It's one of the coolest and most fun upgrades in the game, to be honest.
It's so interesting, Artosis. We've got attack and defense upgrades, but a lot of the most powerful things are things you can't really quantify, like speed and range.
Yeah.
That's why range upgrades are just insanely strong. And speed allows you to really sort of show your skill at a greater degree.
You're quite right about that. Actually, I like the way you worded it, to show your skill at a greater degree, because that is very much what is... Oh, I love that zoning. Crazy, crazy.
You can't even complain because they're both Protoss, so they can both do that.
But here comes the speed Prism with the Disruptor.
a disruptor drop. We haven't actually seen that in quite a while. Now, there is a pylon here to overcharge, so first ball coming out. He's not moving his probe. 6 kills.
Really value right there. Now, Blink is going to be finishing relatively soon, so this could end up backfiring. If you lose that with the disruptor in it without doing any more damage, then Trap's going to feel okay about it. But 6 probes, that's really solid.
Yeah, great hit. Slow reaction there by Trap, who didn't expect to see that coming. But I feel like that's probably a one-off. It's like, okay, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. He's going to try it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he's going to try it. Oh, my God. And the Disruptor Blast goes off. But he will lose both the Prism and the Disruptor.
I guess that's okay. Got a decent amount of Stalkers there, baiting that in kind of. Ooh, Trap into the double Robo Bay. He wants both the speeds now, maybe even the range.
Can you not just build one Stargate? I feel like that's just so good here, especially if you can secure your third.
Oh, a Stargate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
you totally could.
I mean, it'd be great. I think there's like a gentleman's agreement, just never to build one.
Could be. People are... Well, I don't know what their opinions are based on the fact that Tempest has more damage now. Like, maybe carriers they don't like as much. They know Void Rays are going to be a little bit less good in this matchup specifically.
Does that mean you just forego Stargates forever?
No, I don't think so. I think that Sky Toss is still going to be the ultimate late game.
I'm just so excited to see Classic play, to see if he, the sort of bourgeois of I hate using that word. It's so stereotyped. But he just knows Sky Toss better than every Protoss in the world right now.
I think this map might be one of the weakest for it in general, just because there's so many bases. It's hard to get that death ball and just win. But also, like, I guess once they get a good amount of disruptors out and stalkers, they can go for it.
Okay, some force fields down, trying to wall off this army. Protoss blasts go through it, though, and that disruptor shot take out a lot of sentries.
Ooh, those probes find a little tiny path to go through right there.
And wow, Stats is going to be able to take out this third base.
Yeah, and he has his own third. So even though that disruptor tech is up for Trap, and in fact he's pumping out 2 at a time, he loses a base. But this can be a little bit tricky too, right? If you're focusing all of your income into disruptors and your opponent has like a bigger overall army, especially Blink Stalkers, you can kind of just avoid getting hit.
This is really cool because previously in PvPs you would see a lot of air units, but this is the pinnacle of Protoss versus Protoss micro battles. You got Blink. Which Stalkers do you blink? How do you control your units? Are they in a concave? Are they in one big control group? How good are your disruptor shots? That control alone can win you this game.
Yeah, disruptor hits, like when it's disruptor versus disruptor, supply in some ways doesn't matter.
Well, there it is, a big Blink forward for Stats. He takes out one Immortal, but here come these disruptors. Blink will just barely be off cooldown. Shots are not going to miss or hit.
Well, Trap can sit in a defensive posture here pretty darn well, but if Stats finds any way in, he has so many Stalkers here. Like, he just wins the ground battle if he doesn't get hit by disruptors. But I think there's enough disruptors that he can't really do anything here.
It's also kind of an awkward position to be in. You have to go all the way around that force field. You don't want to get too far forward. Nice Blink backwards, but it's right into the shot. A beautiful prediction by Trap.
Yeah, that was really good right there. And Stats maybe being a little bit too aggressive here, trying to stay on top of this base that Trap's trying to retake. Stats is adding some of his own disruptors now, so this can just go into kind of like we saw before.
Both players do have their third bases up. A big warp-in of Zealots, but that does allow Trap to pick off that Warp Prism.
Where's that big warp in his Zealots? I don't see it anymore.
It was a minute ago, Artosius. I saw it.
Now, okay, let's just take a look at these actual armies. 6 disruptors versus 2. Actually, Trap with more Stalkers as well at this point, so that's pretty nice. He's definitely got the better army.
Yeah, he just has more of pretty much everything. Stats wisely recognizing that will retreat. Players much better than casters at math. You can count all the Stalkers.
How do we count? Is it the troll math? One too many lots or something?
Yeah, he has, I only have many Stalkers. He has lots of Stalkers. better back up.
Yeah. It's a good way to look at it.
Well, that ability to estimate, back in my day, and I guess your day too, there wasn't really a good way to count units, so you had to be really good at looking at a base, counting how many probes were there, how many units your opponent had. A lot of Stalkers here for Trap, but they're not as quite as good a position now. I don't think the blink cooldown is going to be there for Stats. Very close, everything balanced on a knife's edge. I'll just talk, you just make ooh noises, Artosis.
Ah!
Here we go. Perfect. Great job,
no
Artosis.
High five.
Okay, this is just so intense. I love that both players are just committing to this.
Yeah, well, they are really going at each other's throats right now. Charge is coming up. There's Prisms out. There's like a second Robo on the way. Dark Shrines, Observer Speed. Like, they are really going to try to tear each other apart with just these gateway units and disruptors.
And we're hitting the next stage of the game where players are starting to go for fourth bases, pulling back, staying on their side of the map, and okay, a cheeky drop attempt coming into the natural here for Stats. Meanwhile, Trap going to pressure Stats Army back away. It looks like this drop is going to be relatively effective, but not a lot of probes being taken out.
I think he got the Prism there, maybe. So Stats losing a Prism, that's a little bit rough because he's behind already on that Robotech slightly. Making another Prism, though, and his own Dark Shrine. It's been too long since we had DTs. Oh, Stargate! There it is.
Man, we were doing so well, Artosis, and now he's going to make carriers.
Well, I think he's going to go Oracle first.
Okay.
And use that for a bit, and if it stays stalemate at that point, because, like, Revelation is so powerful in these battles, if you can tag all the disruptors, that's just like...
Yeah,
you can end up, anything. Yeah, you'll never get hit, and you can actually pick them off a lot of the time, so... from there... Oh, yeah, no, he's starting to air attack.
Well, there you go.
Can we hope for Tempest?
I don't know. I mean,
how's that work? I don't know.
We're all learning together here. Zealots do get on top of the disruptors, but they are not strong enough to take them out. And I love what Stats is doing right here. He's splitting up his army. He's got his disruptors back home to defend. Got the Stalkers harassing probes here at the third rather. Blink forward there. And it does look like Trap will be able to take out a sizable number of Stats Stalkers.
A Charge Zealot's coming up right now. A bunch of disruptor shots. Ooh! Really good one.
Okay, there's that value. There's the not value.
Was that 4 DTs in there?
It was 4 DTs. He kills the Prism and all 4.
Just brutal. Zealot's going to be dropped in here. A cheaper drop and more effective than what Stats just pulled off, so he's going to start taking some damage.
Yeah, Stats getting that value, forcing the warp in back at home. Oh, the possibility to blink in on top of all of these disruptors. Stats could just lose everything here.
Oh, he just barely picks everything off. The charge lots come back, but not that much damage done. Some unpowered buildings here in the back for Stats as well. Stats lost every single disruptor.
I mean, I guess it's good for Stats that he is moving towards this Stargate army, but you do need things underneath it to support it. If you're going carriers against a Blink Stalker player and he just blinks underneath your carriers, they will lose.
Yeah, that's very true. And if you don't have disruptors, then their disruptors will make it so you can't blink under theirs, and they can just kind of push you forward. So that's really good for Trap right now. He's looking poised to win this game.
But how good is his control? One disruptor shot could change everything.
It can. It has in the past. Oh my god, that's a lot of disruptors.
It's like that movie trailer. 2 Protoss, 1 map. In a battle where 1 disruptor shot could change everything.
In a world of disruptors, 1 Protoss has none.
In a battle for the GSL round of 8, 2 Protoss players fight for survival. Lots of zealots die immediately.
In a world of carriers. Trap is making carriers.
We have a Protoss sitcom. It's called As the Disruptor Turns.
General Stargate. I don't know if you guys are old enough or dorky enough to know.
We might have some, middle-aged moms watching.
Yeah.
Definitely know about those.
Well, Trap right now is the bold and the beautiful, if anyone is. I mean, look at this play.
It actually is very beautiful. He is a very handsome Protoss player right now.
And he's quite bold being way down there with his entire army while he's making carriers at home.
Well, Artosis, indeed, this is what we are going to see. Mothership completed by Trap. He's got carriers on the way.
Carrier's a little bit late for Stats, which means he'll be behind in that regard. That doesn't mean that it's an auto victory. It's such a big map. Stats is taking another base. Generally speaking, he's been ahead in bases this game a lot, and he's going to be more mobile in some ways. If more of your supplies and carriers, they kind of move slowly, so stats with charge and blink and all this stuff, good upgrades, he might be able to walk around and pick some things off and eventually catch up in the carrier count or pick them off.
Oh my god, Artosis. Well, finally we will be seeing this game transition to air units, and I mean, maybe this slight little edge for stats is what gives him that tiny advantage. I don't know, it's really going to come up to how decisive stats is with these stalkers.
I feel like Trap, if he just plays really well from here, really solidly, I like his position more because he has more carriers, and he has enough disruptors that I don't think you can engage these carriers at all unless you get a lucky disruptor shot on his disruptors.
Now, both players are going to go into these air units, but one way that I've seen air, or more specifically carrier armies die is when you can tech switch into Archons. And it's a great way to clear out all the interceptors.
That is true, yeah. You can get like a tempo advantage with that.
Yeah, we saw, I think it was Deer in SSL do that. He recognized he was behind Classic's air games, so he just went lots of Archons and killed Classic's air army over and over again.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, the interceptors just die so quickly because of the splash damage.
Yeah, and in fact, Trap is actually going to be the one making Archons. Just probably has some extra leftover money, but yeah, that can be a way to try to, like, the thing is that interceptors do rebuild, but if this is in a battle kind of out in the open and you kill their interceptors real quick, then you can do things like blink under and kill the carriers before they restock, or even if you have less carriers but they have less interceptors, then you actually have more carriers.
No, you still have less carriers, but you have more interceptors.
Thank you. See, I get mixed up sometimes. I'm like, well...
It's okay, that's fine. This is what happens when you don't have Tasteless.
If a carrier has no interceptors, is it really a carrier
Does
at
it
all?
make a sound?
I don't think it does. Not for your opponent, at least.
It does if you buy the Tasteless voice pack.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
6 shill. All right.
You're doing a great job.
I know,
I didn't even ask him to do this.
I got to make back the $8 I spent on it earlier today. They pay me every time I mention it on audio, guys. Artosis just slipped me a 5. Okay, well, finally we get the carriers starting to deal damage, and yeah, Trap on top of it. He's got both the carrier advantage in the air, which may mean he has the airier carriers, but he also has the counter to stats carriers in the Archons on the ground.
His stats, though, he's doing some harassment up top there. It looks like Trap is just kind of going for a kill. Trying to zone everything out very quickly here with these disruptors.
Yeah,
this is one of them.
One step ahead of Stats, and now Stats will go down a base. What is the response to this?
Well, he doesn't have enough units up north on the map to do more damage, I don't think. He only had a handful of stalkers that killed that one base that was way out. So that makes it pretty tough. If he can somehow get rid of all of these disruptors so that he doesn't just die. Oh, that was almost really good.
Trying to use these interceptors to poke forward and pick off one disruptor at a time.
Oh, that was a panic one there.
But the Nexus will go down. This is 2 Nexi so far taken out here by Trap. He's continuing to force Stats back into a corner. A big blink forward to take out another disruptor. Oh no, and a lone carrier.
Oh my god.
Not where you want it to be, and I think Stats is just falling apart, Artosis.
Yeah, he does not have very much left. Sure, he has another mining base, but this army is super trapped at the moment. If Trap overextends, though, and loses all this, then he's going to be dead. I don't think he's going to. His army is just looking fantastic.
Yeah, third Nexus there will go down there. Beautiful control by Stats. He does lose the majority of his disruptors on the ground. Look at these interceptors versus interceptor battles. Who is going to come out on top now? No mothership here for Trap, and it looks like that's going to turn the tide in Stats' favor.
Yeah, some pretty good disruptor hits there by Stats at the end of the day. More stalkers coming in right now by Trap. He blinks forward here, going after the mothership. Actually stops targeting that for a moment, takes out the disruptor, but a great time warp coming down as well.
I think Trap missed his opportunity to take down that mothership. It's making all the difference right now. Interceptors versus interceptors, and Stats is going to win.
Oh, this is a huge moment for Stats. Trap was looking like he was outplaying him, but Stats stayed very, very calm, built up his carrier count, and is now chasing Trap home.
Truly, this is to go even further beyond Artosis. Super Saiyan Stats turns it around, back literally up against the wall. and he comes out on top.
Yeah, that sixth carrier that popped out, and he lost one. Remember that one that he lost?
Yeah.
That battle would have been way better for him if he hadn't, but he just kind of bought time there. Trap overextended just slightly with his army. It felt like he could kill him, but suddenly, as Stats busts forward with that many carriers and just sends off his disruptor shots, and here he is, killing bases of Trap.
Yeah, so this is Stats' revenge at this point. Both players now pretty much on even workers, but a much larger army here for Stats, and more importantly, Trap is remaxed on Stalkers, and just adding one little carrier at a time here. He just doesn't have enough.
No, he has 3 more that are making, but it's not going to be quickly enough. Stats is going for the kill, and Trap almost had it, but GG!
Oh my god, the G'est of G's. What a game, what a series. Stats just barely advances to the GSL round of 8.
Crazy series right there, and Stats, after going for a grand total of 2 wins and 3 losses against Trap tonight, will advance over Trap. Kind of a sad story on Trap's side. Overall, he played much better PvP tonight. He is a better PvP player right at this moment tonight than Stats, but Stats still won. So, there you go. He won, but Trap, you can see, he's upset. It's like he played very well and just barely lost this last game of the night.
Oh my god, so close, and yet a heartbreaking defeat.
Yeah.
But congratulations to Stats. I think that is where your pedigree really comes through. As a player that's as tried and tested as he is, able to just turn that around. And what a way to win your way into the GSL round of 8.
Very well done. And now time for an interview here with Stats.
축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
Congratulations and
진출했습니다.
thank
먼저 소감도
you.
들어볼게요.
You made it to the round of 8. How do you feel now?
아무 생각이 안 나는데요. 일단 제가
I really can't even think right now.
우승자였고 그리고 조지 명식에서
네.
제가 이길 수 있는 상대를 이렇게 뽑았었는데 정말 오늘 성호가 너무
I was last season's
잘하는 거예요.
champion. I had the top seed and I picked Trap right away.
뭐냐?
And to be honest, I was amazed how he played today.
최종전에서 다시 만났잖아요. 그때도 첫 번째 세트 딱 져가지고
I lost that first match, and then when I met him at the final match,
두 번째서 떨어지나 이런 생각.
and then I lost that first map in the final match.
괜히 뽑았다 이런 생각을
And that really made me regret picking Trap during the group nomination.
정말 만감이 교차했을 것 같아요.
But I gotta tell you, I was lucky to win tonight.
그 위기에서 조성호 선수에게 그 2세트부터 역전이 이제 시작됐잖아요. 와, 근데 저는 3세트도 김대혁 선수가 진 건 줄 알았거든요. 어떻게 이길 수 있었던 것 같아요?
Seems like you were behind in a lot of the matches, but
저도 잘 모르겠어요. 저도
you had comeback victories there.
처음에는
How'd you do that?
세 번째 연결체를 깨가지고 제가
I don't really know.
유리하게 출발했던 것
You can't explain
같은데
that.
성호가 분열기
It's like
운영이 좀
magnets.
기가 막히더라고요. 그래가지고 조금씩 분열기에 대박도
When I destroyed his third
역전이
base,
되길래
I thought, okay, I can win
이거
this.
when
이렇게
Trap didn't destroy.
라는 생각과 함께 또 제가 먼저 캐리어 가고 있다 생각을 하고 있었는데
There was a moment where I was like, oh my god, I'm going to lose here.
캐리어도 뜨길래 너무 깜짝 놀라가지고 이거는 진짜 너무 불리하다 이렇게 생각을 하면서 그래도 최선을 다했었는데
When I saw the mothership and carriers, I was very
이길 수
surprised.
있었던 요인이지 않았나 싶네요.
끝까지 포기하지 않은 것.
And all I was
가장
thinking is I
중요한
gotta
것
just try
같아요.
my best
확실히
and just absolutely
토끼인 줄
not to
알았던
give
조성호
up.
선수가 토끼는 아니었어요.
Never give up,
확실히 칼이
never
달았던 것 같은데 느껴지셨죠?
네.
상대 정말 인정해야 될 것 같아요.
You said that Trap was like a rabbit during the group nominations, but it doesn't seem like he was like a
정말
rabbit.
아무 기사 활용도 잘하고 정말 경기 내용이 상대방
In
좋았기
the next
때문에
season, if he
오늘
makes the round of 16, I won't pick him there.
힘겨운 승리인 것 같아요. 그래도
Stats, I
올라갔으니까
gotta-
우승자 징크스를 깨신 거예요.
그래요? 보통 16강에서
You,
떨어졌나요?
그 전에
You broke the
탈락한 적도
champion
많아요.
curse.
이렇게 GSL 우승자는 바로
There's a GSL champion
감탄하는
curse.
사람들이 나왔었는데 김대현 선수가 이걸 깼습니다. 그래서 오늘
Normally,
이렇게 어렵지 않았을까.
champion gets eliminated early the next season,
그
but
징크스
here you are.
때문에
You're in the round of
제가
8.
많이 고전하고 힘들었나 봐요 경기가.
네, 피곤하실 것 같아요. 이제 좀 쉬실 수 있는데
Says, well,
그런데 다음
maybe that
최강
curse
생각하면
affected me
또
because I had a
어려워요.
very
이제
hard time
죽음의 수가
tonight.
기다리고 있습니다.
Beat the curse.
그러게요.
네.
하필 비조가 그렇게 잘하는 선수들이 다
Well, think
몰려가지고
about the round of 8.
네.
You're gonna meet
그래도
someone from Group B.
일단 좀 하루 이틀 쉬고
네.
하루 이틀 쉬고 다시 이렇게
Says I know all of them are very strong opponents.
또 이번 주 토요일에 또 하잖아요. 그때
Nice
상대
time to
보고
prepare and
준비를
get
잘
rest
해야
as
될
well.
것 같아요.
네, 전태양 선수도 있고 한희석 선수 이렇게 테란 3테란조와
So I'm gonna just watch who's gonna advance the round of 8.
만나고 싶은 상대 있으세요?
And I'll prepare for that next match.
아, 김도우 선수만 그럼 아니면 상관없어요?
Are there any particular players you want to meet? Says, first off, I don't want to meet Protoss.
태양인 또
Good call.
친해가
What about Terran?
뭐 상관없겠다. 그냥 아무나.
Says, well, Alive and TY are good friends of mine.
자, 이렇게 오늘 경기 내용 복귀는 이제 이 정도로 정리를 할게요. 그래도 마지막으로 한지원 선수에게 한마디는 들어봐야 될 것 같거든요.
In that circumstance, I guess anybody's fine.
패자전에서 만났던 이 운명의 상대 한지원 선수에게 한마디 한다면
같이 올라가려고 이렇게 조를
I think you have to say
짰었었는데
something to Biel.
나 혼자만 올라가게 돼서 미안하고 그 뭐냐.
You know, I made this group to advance with Biel, like Rapid wanted.
언제 그
But I feel bad because I am the only one who advanced the round of 8 between us two.
패자전에서 만날 줄은 몰랐죠.
I'll treat him to a nice dip.
지원이도 굉장히
Good
잘하고
guy.
있어가지고
Stats.
패자전에서 만날 줄 몰랐는데.
Did you expect to play against Biel in the
정말
loser
힘든
match?
하루였습니다.
Said,
다시
no,
한번
I never thought that.
축하드리고요. 다음에 또 뵙도록
Just like Rapid
하겠습니다.
didn't think it.
축하드립니다.
Okay, all right. We get it, Artosis.
네,
Thank
이렇게
you.
Yes.
디펜딩
Okay, congratulations, you advanced the round of 8.
Hey, your prediction was wrong, too.
Yeah, that's true. We were actually both exactly half right.
Yeah.
Which is also half wrong.
Well, my prediction is half right, yours is half wrong. How about that?
All right, well, I'll be solo casting next week.
All right.
All right, well, here are your results, stats, ruining Artosis' pattern, being the only
God.
player on the right
Yeah,
left-hand side of the back bracket.
Trap even started it. We should just called it after that first
Yeah,
victory.
no, it was done, but stats against
What happened to that
all
second
odds.
game again? Yeah, there was a comeback too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Trap didn't kill Beyond. Or,
It was that
Stats-
crazy whirlwind game.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, that was a good one.
That game almost killed me. When we were starting game number
know.
3, I was just like, I could feel my energy just like at zero. But
Yeah.
we built it back up, and what a comeback in game number 3 as well. Stats had the hardest road to the round of 8 of any player so far.
This,
We've
yeah.
only had one group. But,
Well, okay, you're right about that. But Gumiho slaughtered this group.
oh my
and
God,
stats
it's
like
so good.
stats by the skin of his teeth, man. He barely got it.
Well, here is a look at our next group for GSL. That'll be this Saturday, Alive, Classic TY Innovation.
That is going to be insane. That
Who
group.
makes it out of that group? Literally any 2 players.
All 4 of them probably. We're going to have a round of 12 next.
How do you even make a bracket for that? I don't know. You really can't explain that. But
No.
yeah, I mean, it's always hard to say to vote against guys like TY and Innovation, but both of them were knocked out relatively early before I thought they were going to in the round of 8 last year or last season. So I don't know. It's just going to be really a tough group to call.
For me, I look at it, I guess TY Innovation, these are the 2 players that I always bet on to win.
I mean,
in fact, the fact that they're playing each other, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say because I'm like, well, I always say that Innovation will win, but I think TY is the best at every matchup. So I'm like, what is that? How do I correlate that in my head? I guess humans are very odd.
Well, I mean, it is the that dichotomy of human existence to be
Yeah.
able to hold 2 equally opposite things in equilibrium.
Yeah, I can think 2 things that are completely against each other.
Yeah.
But that's what
the
I
human
do.
dichotomy. Somewhere, Carl Jung is very happy with me right now. But wow, what a day of games, guys. Hope you all enjoyed them. If you watched today, then you did the right thing. And if you ever have to answer the question, what is best in life? It's the GSL. So thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time.